we have another caution. I can't see it from my angle, but it's on that straightaway.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the Ramsey family team.
It's into the center.
And we're back again. Let's go to the next chainsaw in line here. We have a assortment of stuff to get done here. We have a 171 with, I think it's just here for sharpening. A 250 with a running issue. A 170 in a bucket. We're actually going to take this one over to the bench next. We have a 271 that got hit by a tractor. An 036 with a running issue. An Echo that won't start. A Cub Cadet that won't start. An 028 Stihl with a running issue. 271 for service. A 461 with, I think, a tensioner problem. Bar and chain are loose there. A 261 for service. And a 170 that hit something. Let's start with the MS170 in the bucket. I'll see you at the workbench. Hi there. Welcome back to my workbench. If you're new here, my name is Erica. We're going to move on to this MS170 that arrived in a bucket. But before we get to this MS170, I'm going to show you guys a couple things that I received in the mail last week. Let me just get that mess off my table. I love receiving little gifts. So, a few videos ago, I mentioned a carburetor stand that the Greasy Rag uses in his videos. And I didn't realize at the time that he sold them, but he does if you want to get yourself one. So I mentioned this, and then a couple packages arrived about a week later. So I received this and the hardware and a lovely note from Stu. Thank you, Stu. This means the world to me. It's nice to be appreciated. Thank you. And then after that, I received another. I'm sure most of you know who this is. Scott from the Greasy Shop Rag. If you're not familiar with his channel, you should check it out. Fantastic chainsaw content. I love your videos. Thank you, Scott. Thank you, both of you. It means a lot to me. So let's move on to this MS170 in a bucket. The customer says that he broke the chain adjuster, and since it's broken, just make this have a side tensioner. So this is an MS170 that I see quite often. You guys have probably already seen this MS170 on this channel, but that's okay. That's what I do, and that's why I'm here. So he has indeed broke it. There's a piece of it. So we're going to move this thing over to side tension. We've talked about this in other videos, and now you'll get to see it done. So you can see the tensioner in there is broken. There's the piece broke off. So we're going to remove this whole assembly, move this over to side tension instead of front tension. So we just pulled the assembly out. Here's the part that we're going to install. This is the side tensioner kit. This also fits MS250s plus some other saws. Let's assemble this tensioner and then we will install it. I've got them in order here of the way I'm going to put this together. So my little plastic piece first, and then this piece. Slips in there like that. Just screw that, hold it together. Bring this pin, you don't want to cover this hole, but you want to bring the pin back towards the hole. That looks fine. Okay, we got 3 pieces left. So this is going to go through the back here, and that's going to mesh. These gears are going to mesh up. Just like that. This little white piece just fits on to the end here. It's kind of sharp, kind of finicky. I just set it down on the table and just pushed onto it. Okay, so it's right at the end, just like that. You'll see how this all fits in when I put it on the saw. So I'll use this just with our screw. So I've just cleaned this up a little bit. Let's go ahead and install it. Sometimes they need a little more push down. You think they're all the way in, but they're not. It is all the way in now, but it wasn't. Okay, and your last little piece of hardware is going to go right in there. It's a T27. This is going to be cutting new threads. So if you're putting it in, it may feel like something's wrong, but it's not. Everything's okay. And there you have it. This MS170 now has a side tensioner. When the customer dropped this saw off, he also asked for a new bar and chain to be installed, and he'll keep his old bar and chain for a spare in case he has to do some trenching with it. So we'll put a new bar and chain on it. So this is the bar that he's getting. And there is the chain to match. 3/8 Pico, 43 gauge, 55 drive links. Sprocket looks good. I won't grease it right now because I greased it 2 weeks ago when it was here. Just something I'm going to point out to you here. You see the little white thing that's on our new tensioner? We just installed it. And it has a little sharp piece on it. So brand new saws and this brand new kit, it always has that piece. And when I install a new bar on this, the bar is going to break that off. Stihl, I just looked it up. Stihl calls that a thrust pad. What is the point of this? Is it to say like, hey, yes, I've had a bar on me, or no, I've never had a bar before? What do you think? Chain brake is working. Okay, so this MS170 came in here with a broken chain adjuster, replaced it with a side one and a new bar and chain. Done, done, and done. Let's pop over to the door, fire it up, make sure it's oiling. I'll see you right over there. Okay, so this little MS170 now tensions from the side and has a brand new bar and chain. We took it out, fired it up. It starts good, runs good, it's oiling, and I think it's ready to go back out to work. I have a whole bunch of saws waiting for me. I'm going to go get a big cup of coffee and get back to it. Thank you so much for watching.